Morning of day 2. Set up in the same spot that I was yesterday afternoon. I jumped 4 or 5 deer on the way in this morning, crossing a river and a power line, and they were all in there and I jumped them. I've been sitting here for about an hour and a half. I was in the stand about 45 minutes before daylight, and haven't seen anything so far. I feel like my setup is too safe. I mean, I'm set up in a funnel, but I don't feel like I'm in the game. So this afternoon, I'm breaking down this set. I was gonna break it down anyway after this morning's hunt and hunt somewhere else, but I'm gonna break down my stuff and I'm just gonna get aggressive. I'm gonna go some places that look good on a map. I'm just gonna walk there and hang and hunt it. Because we spent a full day and 2 half days, so really 2 full days scouting, and we never found anything that was just crazy good. I mean, we found some good spots, don't get me wrong, but nothing that blew our minds. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna get aggressive. I'm gonna keep the wind in my face. I'm gonna go somewhere where people hopefully aren't going and just go for broke. I've never stepped foot in Illinois before, so I'm at a bit of a disadvantage, but I'm going for it. If I don't kill one, it's gonna be because I was getting aggressive and I blew him out of his bed. That's why. Hopefully, if I play my cards right, I get a little bit of help from Mother Nature and maybe some good luck, some good karma thrown my way. Maybe it'll work out for me. Hey, I could be working right now, so this isn't a bad thing. A bad day in the woods in November in Illinois sure beats working any day. The conditions are kind of miserable right now. It's about 48 degrees, drizzly rain. It rained all night last night, so you can't hear anything. And there's a steady 9-mile-per-hour wind. So between the wind and the wet leaves, they're gonna have to be right up on me before I see them. Hunt 2 in the books. Didn't see anything. But you guys know my plan. I gotta get down, go eat some lunch, dry my clothes. Everything is soaking wet. I gotta find the laundromat, dry everything. And then about 1 o'clock, 1:30, head back to a new area. See if I can make it happen. That's it for me. Second evening hunt. I'm set up in a funnel between a lake, really 2 lakes, but they're a pretty good ways apart, and there's a bunch of little pothole ponds back here. And I got in between a couple of big ones. A little over a mile from the road, I jumped 3 or 4 deer coming in here. I've never been in here before. Just picked it on a map. Took a while to get set up, but I'm in a great tree. I love this tree. It's one of my favorite saddle trees of all time. There's 4 branches, big branches, trunks really, and I'm in between all 4 of them. My brother's hunting another funnel, a tiny little funnel. We found a huge rub and a huge scrape. There's a big deer using the area, and he's set up on that. We're actually not that far apart, maybe a couple 100 yards. But I came in from the west, he came in from the east. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I get the big one, not him. But he just texted me and said a small buck just walked underneath him, so he's winning so far.
You hit that deer.
What do you think?
You hit him. I don't know where, but you hit that deer. Oh, it's a big deer.
I hit one tonight. We think we hit one. We're reviewing the footage now. Definitely wasn't a great hit.
Unless it went right under him, you hit that deer. It didn't go high.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if I hit him back. Maybe I hit his femoral artery or something.
I don't know.
It looks back for sure. Well, I'm gonna hunt in the morning and see what happens. Then I'll go look for it. I couldn't find my arrow in the dark, so we'll see. Well, I searched and searched for about 2 hours. I never found my arrow. I never found blood. I didn't find any real sign of anything ever being hit. I didn't find any running tracks. Nothing. That was a bad shot selection. I shouldn't have taken that shot. I was going back to the same place in the morning anyway, so I should have let that deer walk and tried to get on him again in the morning. So it's my fault. I honestly don't think it was a fatal hit. I think it was back and high. I think that deer will survive. I mean, initially I thought I missed totally. So, I mean, you've seen the footage now, so you know, make of it what you will. But the terrain didn't really lend itself to finding a deer. It's a whole bunch of ridges or fingers. Like, there's like 50 of them. And they're about a half mile, 3/4 of a mile long. And in between every one of them is like a 20 to 30 foot ditch. Super steep ravine ditch. And then it's like this. Like waves in an ocean, just super steep. And then there's stuff crossing all through. It's just really nasty. It makes for this tangled web of thickets and thorns and impenetrable brush. And without a blood trail or anything to go off, it was really difficult to find. I mean, I was just basically making circles. I made probably 5 or 6 big circles and a few small circles. And typically, if they're hurt real bad, they'll go to water. I checked 3 or 4 places that were holding water in a lake, and I mean, I never saw the first sign of a wounded animal. So, and I did jump a big buck this morning going into the stand with a doe. I couldn't say for sure if it was the same deer, but it was about 500 yards from where I shot him, and he was big. So there's that. I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I feel pretty good that the deer survived. I think I would feel worse if I felt like I made a fatal hit and I just couldn't find him, but I don't think it was a fatal hit. You never want to hit an animal and not recover it, but it happens. It's bow hunting, and I certainly regret taking the shot. Honestly, I shouldn't have taken the shot, but you live and you learn, right? I'm gonna get back after it. I'm not gonna let this ruin my hunt. I'm gonna stay positive. I'm going to get back after him this evening. The new spot I'm going to go check out. I'm going to leave that area alone. It's the first week of November. I'm in southern Illinois, and I'm hunting. So it's not that bad. At the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. So I'm getting back after it tonight.